Melania Trump, born Melania Knavs, mɛːlanija Knavs, April 26, 1970, Germanized to Melania Knauss, is a Slovene American former model and the current First Lady of the United States. She is married to American businessman and 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump. Born in the former Yugoslavia, Trump became a permanent resident of the United States in 2001 and a citizen in 2006. She is the second foreign-born First Lady of the United States, following Louisa Adams in 1825, and the first who is a non-native English speaker. Early life. Melania Knavs was born in Novo Mesto in the southeast of Slovenia, which was then part of Yugoslavia. On April 26, 1970, she is a daughter of Amalia Knavs and Victor Knavs, who managed car and motorcycle dealerships for a state-owned vehicle manufacturer. Her father was from the nearby town of Radice. Her mother came from the village of Raka, and was a pattern maker at the children's clothing manufacturer Utranka in Savnica. When later working as a model, she changed the Slovene form of her last name Knavs to the German Knauss. She grew up in a modest apartment in a housing block in Savnica, in Slovenia's Lower Sava Valley. She has a sister, Ines, and an elder half-brother, Denis, whom she reportedly has never met. From her father's previous relationship, when she was a teenager, the family moved to a two-story house in Savnica, and as a high school student, she lived in a high-rise apartment in Ljubljana. Melania attended the Secondary School of Design and Photography in Ljubljana, and studied at the University of Ljubljana for 1 year before dropping out. It has been reported that she speaks 6 languages: English, French, Italian, German, Serbo-Croatian and her native Slovene. Career and immigration to the United States. Trump began modeling at age 5 and first commercials at 16, when she posed for the Slovenian fashion photographer Stane Jurko. At 18, she signed with a modeling agency in Milan, Italy. She was named runner-up in the 1992 Jana magazine Look of the Year contest, held in Ljubljana, which promised its top 3 contestants an international modeling contract. After attending the University of Ljubljana for 1 year, she modeled for fashion houses in Milan and Paris. She then relocated to New York City in 1996. Her contract and visa negotiated by Italian businessman Paolo Zampoli. Through her lawyer, she has indicated she first entered the United States on a business visitor visa in August 1996. She obtained an H-1B visa in October 1996. After that, she regularly returned to Slovenia to obtain a series of 4 more 1-year work visas because, at the time, Slovenians could only obtain 1-year visas in the United States. In November 2016, the Associated Press reported that she was paid $20,056 for 10 modeling jobs in the United States in 1996 before she had legal permission to work in the country. In response, her lawyer stated the documents on which Associated Press relied have not been verified, and did not reflect her records, including corresponding passport stamps. Quote, following her immigration to the United States, she appeared on the covers of Harper's Bazaar, Bulgaria, Ocean Drive, In Style Weddings, New York Magazine, Avenue, Allure, Vanity Fair, Italy, Vogue. Following her marriage to Donald Trump, and GQ, UK, she was featured as a bikini model in the 2000 Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. As a model, she was associated with Irene Marie Management Group and Donald Trump's Trump Model Management. Applying as a model of extraordinary ability, Melania obtained a green card and became a lawful permanent resident in 2001, and citizen in 2006. Marriage to Donald Trump. After moving to New York City in 1996, Melania met her future husband, Donald Trump, at a Fashion Week party in New York City in September 1998. He and Marla Maples had separated in May 1997. Divorce proceedings were finalized on June 8, 1999. Donald attended the event with another date, Selena Midelfair, and Melania initially refused to give Donald her phone number. Melania broke off the relationship shortly after it began, but the couple reconciled after a few months. Their relationship gained attention after a 1999 interview on The Howard Stern Show. In 2000, Melania appeared with Donald while he campaigned for that year's Reform Party presidential nomination. Their relationship gained additional publicity after the 2004 launch of Donald's business-oriented reality television show, The Apprentice. Donald described the long courtship in 2005. "We literally have never had an argument. Forget about the word fight. We just are very compatible. We get along." Quote, after becoming engaged in 2004, Donald and Melania were married in an Anglican service on January 22, 2005, at the Episcopal Church of Bethesda by the Sea in Palm Beach, Florida, followed by a reception in the ballroom at Donald's Mar-a-Lago estate. The event was attended by celebrities such as Katie Couric, Matt Lauer, Rudy Giuliani, Heidi Klum, Star Jones, P. Diddy, Shaquille O'Neal, Barbara Walters, Conrad Black, Regis Philbin, Simon Cowell, Kelly Ripa, then Senator Hillary Clinton, and former President Bill Clinton. At the reception, Billy Joel serenaded the crowd with "Just the Way You Are" and supplied new lyrics about Donald to the tune of "The Lady is a Tramp." The Trump's wedding ceremony and reception were widely covered by the media. Melania wore a $200,000 dress made by John Galliano of the House of Christian Dior. On March 20, 2006, Trump gave birth to Baron William Trump. Trump suggested his middle name, and her husband suggested his first name. As an infant, Baron reportedly occupied his own floor in the Trump's apartment in Trump Tower in Manhattan, but often slept in a crib in his parents' bedroom. He plays golf with his father and is reported to be fluent in Slovene. He is said to like wearing a suit and tie, and Trump's nickname for him is Mini Donald. Role in 2016 U.S. presidential election. In November 2015, when asked about her husband's presidential campaign, Trump said, "I encouraged him because I know what he will do and what he can do for America. He loves the American people and he wants to help them." Trump played a relatively small role in her husband's campaign, atypical of spouses of presidential running mates. In July 2016, Trump's official website was redirected to Trump.com. On Twitter, she stated that her site was outdated and did not accurately reflect her current business and professional interests. This change came after it was widely noted by the media that the website had falsely claimed for more than 10 years that she had a degree in architecture and design from the University of Ljubljana. Her biography in the 2016 Republican National Convention official program also incorrectly stated that she had obtained a degree in Slovenia. On July 18, 2016, Trump gave a speech at the 2016 Republican National Convention. The speech contained a paragraph that was nearly identical to a paragraph of Michelle Obama's speech at the 2008 Democratic National Convention. When asked about the speech, Trump said she wrote the speech herself, with as little help as possible. 2 days later, Trump staff writer Meredith McIver took responsibility and apologized for the confusion. On September 1, 2016, Melania filed defamation lawsuits against British tabloid The Daily Mail and Webster Tarpley, a Maryland political blogger, stemming from their publication of allegations that Melania worked as an escort for a gentleman's club in Italy in the 1990s. Tarpley and the Daily Mail published retractions and apologies. First Lady of the United States. Melania assumed the role of First Lady of the United States on January 20, 2017. She is the second foreign-born woman to hold the position, after Louisa Adams, wife of John Quincy Adams, who was born in 1775 in London to an American father and British mother. She is the first First Lady to be a naturalized, rather than birthright, citizen of the United States, the first to speak English as a second language, and the first to be fluent in more than 2 languages. At 5 foot 11 inches. She is also one of the tallest First Ladies to hold the office, tied with Michelle Obama and Eleanor Roosevelt, who were also that height. When asked by the New York Times in 1999 what her role would be if Donald Trump were to become president, Melania replied, "I would be very traditional, like Betty Ford or Jackie Kennedy." In 2016, she told CNN her focus as First Lady would be to help women and children. She also said she would combat cyberbullying, especially among children, having quit social media herself due to the negativity. 5 days before the election, she told a crowd of supporters in Pennsylvania, "Our culture has gotten too mean and too rough, especially to children and teenagers. It is never okay when a 12-year-old girl or boy is mocked, bullied, or attacked. It is terrible when that happens on the playground. And it is absolutely unacceptable when it is done by someone with no name hiding on the internet." Regarding the contrast of her platform with her husband's pattern of Twitter attacks during his campaign, Melania said shortly after the election that she had rebuked him all the time, but that he will do what he wants to do in the end. Quote, "She is expected to continue living in Trump Tower with her son Barron at least until the end of his current school term." Official website. Archived March 1, 2012. Melania Trump at the Fashion Model Directory. Melania Trump at the Internet Movie Database. Appearances on C-SPAN.